What the hell is up? It has been a second. It has been a little second, hasn't it? Well, I'm back. We back at it. Back at it again. And this day we're gonna. This day? What the fucky? This video. We got a little special something planned. We're gonna be talking about how to make our life a little bit easier, a little bit more simple, you know? Because shit's easy. It's easy for you to kind of get down and get a little bogged down with the things in life. So this is kind of I'm hoping that this video finds you at the right time when things aren't looking 100% easy ahead of you, right? Things aren't looking straightforward, but hey, not everything's got to be straight, you know what I'm saying? Yeah! No, not everything is straightforward, you know? That's okay. That is so okay. So, it's kind of going to be explaining a little bit of strategies and a little bit of just like, it's okay just to get through it, man. It's okay if it takes time. It's okay if it's not flashy. It's okay to not be okay, you know. It's okay to be struggling. It's okay to feel, you know. You're a dude, right? But, or, here we go, for the 20% of the viewers. You're a dude or a dudette, right? It's okay to feel. It's what humans do, right? We experience emotion. We try to regulate it as best. Oh my god! Almost died. We try to process it as best as we can, right? But we're not great at doing that. Us humans, we're not great at processing emotion. That's one thing we're not very good at. So it takes time, all right? It takes time for us to get these emotions kind of just fully processed and kind of just like understood in a way, because we are stuck in a cycle of content and absorbing. We're kind of like this content absorbing cycle, right? If you're watching YouTube, you probably absorb other forms of content like TikTok, Instagram, all that other stuff. Not that it's bad, it's fine, but it does detract from what's inside, right? It does detract from what's in here. So I think when you're feeling down, the best thing, it doesn't seem like the best thing to do, but what the best thing is to do is to go within. For a bit of time, for some time, just try to understand, try to remove the distractions, try to process how you felt, what's going on. But you don't, look, when I say process, it doesn't mean journaling every day and being like, why am I sad, right? It's not it. It's about being in the moment. It's about allowing your body to naturally feel the way that you feel, right? You got to allow it to do that. Otherwise, you're kind of going to be stuck in a little cycle, which isn't great. Or if it's bad thoughts. So try to sit with it if you can. when you're feeling a little bit better, when you've been sitting with it for a while and things are starting to turn a little bit, because they will. You got to believe that they will, because they do. Things change, you know. Life goes on. We evolve. We think differently, you know. Like if you were to go back in time, right, and look at yourself like 10 years ago, right? It's difficult to recognize the thoughts that you had back then, right, and compare them to now. Like you know you're the same person, right? But you're not thinking the same way. You're not. You think differently because you've processed everything that's happened from then to now, right? So that's one thing I kind of want to leave with you guys. It's like things do change, and things usually just get better. You become better at coping with it, and things just kind of, you sit with them, right? And when they seem like they cannot get any worse, they may get a little bit, but then eventually your body figures out how to deal naturally it'll figure this out, how to deal with that stress, how to feel those emotions, right? And we'll get better. It's an evolutionary characteristic, as long as there's no chemical imbalances or anything like that. But it is something that will happen innately, but you've got to let it happen, right? You've got to give yourself the best chance to get there. And I'm sure you can do it. I'm sure you can do it. Hey, if I can do it, you guys can do it. You know what I'm saying? If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not special. Right? This guy's number plate. That's a classic. So I fit good. Yeah. Understanding that things will change. Also, little side effectical of that one. Side effect of that is it can give you a little something called hope, right? Hope for the better, hope for the future, right? And you've got something to focus on, and you've got something to aim for, right? Things get that little bit easier. Direction, I reckon, solves so many problems. So many problems. You've got a goal, you've got something in the future that you care about, right? It doesn't have to even be a goal, right? Don't even call it a goal, because it's like, it doesn't actually matter, right? It's just got to be something that you care about, that happens in the future, or that you're aiming to get towards, right? You're going to the gym, you're looking to, gain a certain amount of weight, you're looking to lose weight, you're looking to start a cooking channel, you're looking to, be better around your kids, or I don't know, looking to be the best uncle, the funkle, the fun and the best funkle, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is, but you gotta want it, right? And you gotta be able to work towards, because then you can see that progression. You can see that, what you're doing is changing how you feel. What you're doing is guiding you in a way. Because then things can change. Because you're the one that is making the change, right? It's hard to see in this day and age changes happen, because we're expected, right? We're expected for things to happen at a pace that realistically, Jesus Christ, realistically, trying to merge this schnitzel, that realistically things can't happen at a fast speed, right? We're expected to think the way that society has been developed in the past 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, with the short-term gratification and everything like that, as we've kind of run it back to it, we expect things will happen quickly, kind of innately, but quicker, right, than we may have thought in the past. But it is a bit of a crux, because mental health or emotion doesn't change with the snap of a hat, right? It may build and then change all of a sudden, but the building is what counts, right? The building takes time, and it may not be now, might not be tomorrow, might not be the next day, but things slowly grow and change, and that is life, you know. That is the way that we can help ourselves move forward, right? Is that knowing that, shit, just lost the front end there. Is knowing that things will change, right? And we can make that change. But understanding that takes time. Understanding that us putting in the effort can actually make a neurological difference in our head. Like there's a connection between our physical self, right, and our mental self. And when one's good, it helps the other. It's a bit of like a symbiotic relationship, or symbiotic. I can't remember. Freaking biology class. Makes sense. Things symbiotic makes sense. But one of those types of relationships that they bounce off each other, they work off each other, and they help if one's good. If one's not great, work on the other one. You know what I mean? If you can't work on one of them, work on the other one, and it will indirectly help the other one. I know you can do it, right? I know you can. I've got faith that you can. Having faith. I think faith is, it doesn't have to be religious. Definitely doesn't have to be religious. But it's good to have some. It's good to have something. Faith is a belief that something will get better, or a belief that things will. Yeah, I think faith is a belief that something, or having faith, you know, is believing in something greater, you know, and that can correlate. You know, you believe in something great, you believe things get better, right? You believe in a higher feeling or a higher thing in the future, right? When we're anxious, we're in the only place anxiety lives, right, is in the future and the past, right? We can be anxious about what happened and how that affects our future. Oh, shit. Lane closed. I did not read that. Change lanes. Anxiety is an interesting thing. My lord. Good job, buddy. It's weird how it works. It's a bit of a phenomenon. You know? We worry about the future, we worry about the past. Can we worry about the present? Yeah. You can, right? But anxiety doesn't usually live there, right? You're anxious in the present if you get chased by a freaking wolf, right? Or a tiger, or you're doing 200 in a school zone. That's where anxiety lives. If you're not doing that, which you shouldn't be, you shouldn't be too anxious, right? In the present. Anxiety in the present is adrenaline. We shouldn't be having that much adrenaline in the present, right? You can have cortisol in the present. cortisol is like your stress hormone. That's usually because you haven't been sleeping enough. You just sleep. Some sleep will help with that. Fix that sleep. Can help fix that cortisol. But sleeping's not easy. Sometimes sleeping's not easy. There's a lot on your mind. I understand. I get that. I understand that sometimes hard. You can get through it. You can get through it though. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do things you love. Have something to focus on. Sit with the feelings. Those things will all help. All of them. More than you think. You might think they won't, and then one day you'll feel better, and you'll be like, interesting. That did kind of help. So I think it will. 100%. Sit with those feelings, do things you enjoy. Have something you're working towards. Anything. You got this. You freaking have it. You have it. It's in the bag. It's in the freaking bag, and you got it straight up. All you gotta do is pay for it. By subscribing. No, I'm kidding. Pay for it. Paying for it is taking the actions, right? Taking the steps. The ones that may seem difficult, you know, but they will help you. They will help you in the long run. You know, it might be talking to that person you didn't feel like talking to, you know, or reaching out when you don't really feel like it, or taking that leap of faith in what you're doing, giving it a go, just try it, giving it a freaking shot, because that's all life is, man. All it is giving it a crack.